morning and welcome to Disneyland. Yesterday we were here for the opening day of Rise of the Resistance and it was absolutely incredible. So make sure you check out the vlog if you've not already seen it. We've got on-ride footage, we show all the queue line, the pre-shows and so much more. So a big spoiler warning. If you don't want to know what happens then of course stay away from the video, but if you want to know everything about it along with our thoughts on Rise of the Resistance then check out the vlog. In that video I mentioned that we were going to be coming back to Disneyland today and focus on everything away from Star Wars. We're back here at Walt's original Magic Kingdom and it is amazing to be standing back here at the bottom of Main Street, USA, about to experience all of the delights in this park. Since I was last here at Disneyland, I've actually been to every other Disney park in the world. So just stepping back into here yesterday was a really special experience, being back at Walt's original Magic Kingdom from 1955. And today we're going to be riding some of them original rides, some of them classics, some of the stuff what's come in the later years as well, some of my favourite attractions, things like Indiana Jones, I absolutely love it, the Matterhorn, Space Mountain, It's a Small World, the Haunted Mansion Holiday, it's still got its overlay at the moment from The Nightmare Before Christmas, all of that and so much more. It's a Saturday today, we're expecting it to be a little bit busier, and when I say we, it's not just me again today. Here he is, the one, the only, it's Alex just behind me, and something very special has just happened. So obviously yesterday we went on Rise of the Resistance, we got here at 2 AM and we got a boarding group like way later in the day, we got like 94.
Yeah.
So what time did we get here this morning?
7:45.
7:45 and we've got boarding group 28. Yeah. So it just goes to show that you don't actually need to get here really early. It's just one of those, they went by 8:01. So within 1 minute they all went, all the boarding passes. It just shows my advice to you, if you come in here, you don't need to get here really early. It's luck of the draw, isn't it? Like today, I was the one that got it and you didn't, whereas yesterday, you got it and I didn't. It's like, it's luck of the draw, it depends on signal, but my advice for you, stay away from Galaxy's Edge when you're trying to book it. We actually went all the way over towards the monorail, right over into Tomorrowland down the back there, sort of on that little area by Space Mountain and stuff, and we got it straight away. But here we go, we're back at Disneyland. Look at this, let's go for a walk down Main Street, USA. The sun's just coming up for the day. Park hours, 8 AM through until midnight, so plenty of time to do all the delights here in Disneyland. Of course, we've got the free fast pass system as well, so we can make the most of that, get loads of rides in, and so much more. Let's walk down Main Street, USA, and I must say the castle looks absolutely gorgeous after it's had a bit of a refurbishment. Let's go and have a look. Wow, now I must say Sleeping Beauty Castle looks absolutely fabulous, it really does. Obviously the last time I was here, it was the 60th, the Diamond Celebration, and the castle had some extra decorations on it. Since I was last here 4 years ago, it's had a complete refurbishment and it looks really, really fresh. I mean, it's a lot more blue and pink on there as well, especially just above the archway. And of course, talking of the archway itself, just here on the drawbridge, look at the gold on there. Looks amazing, especially at this time in the morning with the sun shining on it. It really brings out all of the nice features on this original castle. As you can tell, my voice is going a little bit. I managed to get about 7 hours sleep last night, so I'm not feeling too bad actually, after not getting much sleep the night before, but it's great to be back here. I just thought I want to capture as many of my first sort of reactions getting back on quite a lot of these classic rides. Nice little walk there through Sleeping Beauty Castle. Peter Pan's flight over there. Already, what, how long's the wait? 3 hours or something? Yeah. Not quite that bad, but it does get very, very busy. No matter what Disney park you're at, it gets very, very busy. I think we're going to head round towards the Matterhorn. Can't wait to get back on. Right then, it's time to start our day with a ride round the icy slopes of the Matterhorn. It opened here at Disneyland in 1959, and it was actually the world's first tubular steel tracked roller coaster built by Aerodynamics, one of my favourites. I absolutely love this ride, and the refurbishments they've done around here with the queue line are fantastic. The entrance that you saw there in the last shot looks brilliant down there, what they've done with all the building. I think it looks fantastic. Before, the queue line sort of used to stretch around the mountain itself, so it's really nice now how it's all out the front just here. You've got like some new flags, some new details to look at, and of course let's make our way around here and go and get on the ride. Looking forward to this one.
Y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del
Here we go on the Matterhorn bobsled. Oh, what a classic! In the waterfall. Ready for a splash? Oh, that was awesome. Wow. What a classic. 1959. The first tubular steel track roller coaster in the world, and it's still going here at Disneyland. Wow.
Oh, it was absolutely amazing to get back on the Matterhorn bobsleds here at Disneyland. What a classic. Of course, that was just one of two different coasters, so we'll have to do the other side at some point whilst I'm out here this trip. There's been so much change across both of the parks here at Disneyland Resort since I was last here, and I am going to be filming a vlog, of course, from Disney California Adventure, the Second Gate Park, so stay tuned for that here on the channel. But in terms of changes in this park, Autopia, the attraction that I'm on now here in Tomorrowland, has had some changes since I was last here. It's had some new audio, it all looks really fresh around the loading area and the queue line. Some new bits of theming around as well, and yeah, some like new audio and announcements. So I'll spin you guys around, get some more footage from my relaxing ride round here on Autopia. And Alex is somewhere, I think he's behind me. Right back there, he's going a bit slow. Oh. Really enjoyed the refreshed Autopia here in Tomorrowland. Great to get on there. And yes, it has got Honda sponsorship now, but actually I don't think it works too badly with it. They've got some new bits of theming around the ride, and it's modern. I mean, it's better than losing a classic, isn't it? And talking of a classic, we're going on Space Mountain now. I'm really looking forward to this. In fact, it's just lost its Hyperspace Mountain overlay. Of course, with the opening of Galaxy's Edge, they didn't sort of want to overdo on the Star Wars now. They've got a whole area dedicated to it. So here we go, it's time to ride on Space Mountain. I'm looking forward to getting back on this. In 2005, a lot of work was done to it. In fact, it's mostly just the actual show building, the dome itself, you know, this part of the original ride. A lot of work was done, a complete retrack, new trains and everything to refurbish the ride. But here we go, come and join us for a ride on Space Mountain. I'll take you along. I don't know how much you're going to see on the GoPro, but we'll hope for the best. Let's go. Bit of on-ride footage there from Space Mountain over in Tomorrowland. And I'll tell you what, it was great to get on that. I'm pretty sure I've only done Ghost Galaxy, which is one of the like the Halloween overlay for it, and of course Hyperspace as well. So to actually see the original sort of theme on there, it was great without it having an overlay, and I really enjoyed it. Like, I thought the onboard audio was fantastic. The coaster itself is brilliant, really intense, especially going around some of them like corners and of course into the helix. Brilliant, it really was. The lighting effects, it all showed up quite well actually on the GoPro. Of course, they only showed you a little bit of the ride because there's some dark sections in there where it's just like stars that wouldn't show up on the GoPro. But yeah, it was brilliant, really enjoyed it. This park has got such a fantastic variety of Disney attractions, it really has. And just being back here over the last couple of days and really seeing that really makes you realise just how much of a classic Disneyland is, but it's also got some of the best Disney attractions in the world right here. Bear in mind it's so small, it's so compact, but they've got some of the best quality attractions. And talking of quality attractions, we're going from one to the other, one mountain to the next. It's Splash Mountain here in Critter Country. I absolutely love this attraction. Now you think it's a Saturday, you know, there's quite a lot of crowds in here. It's the second day of Rise of the Resistance. It'd have a big queue. Well, it's only got a 5-minute wait, so apparently, according to Alex, this is still quite cold, even though I'm actually quite warm now. I don't know why I've got a hoodie and my coat on. I mean, is this cold for a local? Yeah, it's a bit cold, so maybe that's why it's only got a 5-minute wait. But I think we'll go and make the most of it, shall we? Let's go and get a bit wet on Splash Mountain.
Here we go, it's time for a zippity-doo-dah ride on Splash Mountain, the original. And of course, the biggest difference between this version and the likes of the one in Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World, Tokyo Disneyland, is the fact that this is a log where you all just sit in a line. There's not 2 seats per row, just a single seat. Oh, what a nice morning for it, 10 AM. Time for a splash with the ducks. Oh, look at those animatronics, aren't they good there? Look at that quality. I don't remember those. Pretty good, sure as you're born. Sure as you're born. Oh, it's such a classic. It's one of them rides when I was a kid that I always wanted to ride. Whee! Here we go then, round towards our first drop. Slipping falls. Here we go. Woo! Oh, not too bad. You okay about that? Yeah. We're okay, we're okay.
What you doing up there?
Just a little one there. Oh, no frowns are allowed. Be careful. Here we go, time for another drop now. Whee! Bit of an airtime help. Oh my god! Oh my god, I am soaked. I do not remember getting that wet before on Splash Mountain. Oh my god. I am absolutely soaked.
To keep from becoming
Here we go. It's time for the 50-foot plunge. What a view. How wide am I going to get? Here we go. Oh my god. Not as bad as the indoor drop. I'll tell you, I got absolutely soaked in there. Like, my bag and everything, like, is dripping wet through. Look at that. Right over the front of the boat. I'll tell you what, it's definitely the wettest version of Splash Mountain. Of course, I've done them all, and yeah, this is definitely the wettest. Look at that. And the fact it's an actual, more of a log flume, isn't it, really? You know, having just you're in a row, a single row, instead of two next to each other. That was awesome. But of course, it's still not the end quite yet. Oh my god, that indoor drop there was crazy. I mean, I was on the front row there, it came right over. I am absolutely soaked, but I tell you what, it was worth it. Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was fantastic, wasn't it? I mean, even on row 2, I mean, you got quite wet on row 2, but I loved it. I mean, I can kind of see why a lot of the locals now are thinking, yeah, we'll stay away from that. And I think I will be for the rest of the day. But I don't know, maybe later on. The sun's coming out. It was fantastic. What a brilliant ride. I love Splash Mountain. Again, going on it this time, probably my favourite version of the ride, actually. Yeah, it just feels like some of the scenes are a lot darker in there. Like, you can't see the show building roof as much. Just really nicely put up together at that one, in my opinion. There's some real differences compared to the likes of the one at Magic Kingdom, also Tokyo Disneyland. They're great to get on there. Anyway, we're going to Rise of the Resistance. This is it. Our boarding group is just about to be called. What time are we on now? It's just gone, what, 10 o'clock?
10:12.
10:12. So, of course, it is all subject to change, and it all depends on how the ride is in terms of downtime and stuff on the day. But yeah, so we're group 28, and it's 10:12, and we're about to get called. So, just so it gives you a bit of an idea if you are coming on the time frame. If the ride does stay up, running like it should do, and it opened this morning at 8 AM, and then the sort of idea what you can get on it in that time. But like I said, I'm not going to even take you into Galaxy's Edge today. There's a full vlog all about that, along with the review as well. So check it out on the channel. We're going to go and have another ride. We'll see you afterwards, where we'll continue our experience here in Walt's original Magic Kingdom. So it's time to continue our day here at Disneyland with a relaxing ride
around the rivers of America on board the sailing ship Columbia. I absolutely love this. The size of it is absolutely incredible, and of course it's also used during Fantasmic, something else that has changed since I was last here, so I'm looking forward to catching that whilst I'm out here on my trip. They've actually got a new scene that takes place here on the Columbia. I've always been a huge fan of the riverboats at the Disney parks, and this really is the ultimate. It's just so relaxing, making our way round. Unfortunately, the Mark Twain that we can see just over there in the distance is in the dock at the moment. It's having its scheduled maintenance, but yeah, not too bad really. At least we're getting Columbia. This is the rising star for me. I absolutely love it.
We're just clearing the busy port of New Orleans and beginning our journey into the great American wilderness.
Oh, it really is great to be back here on the Columbia, making our way around the rivers. It's a fantastic ride. It's such a real part of Disneyland that when I first came here, I fell in love with. And of course, it was closed for quite a while whilst they did all the changes, making way for Galaxy's Edge. And of course, the rivers of America were actually made a little bit shorter, just so they could make all of the area around at the back. They also actually changed the layout slightly of the railroad as well, so we'll go on there at some point. But the great thing is with this, and something that I really appreciate being a die-hard Disneyland fan, is the fact they kept this really authentic. And you turn this corner around here, and they've actually made the view even more beautiful. All the rocks that make up Galaxy's Edge actually really fit in as part of the backdrop to the rivers around here. You've got all new waterfalls, trees and planting, and a wonderful new bridge as well that the railroad actually passes over. And we're heading round that way now. The cannon just got off, and this looks beautiful round here, even nicer than it did before. There's so many more details and stuff to look at. It was something that I was so worried about, but I'm glad that it's managed to stay quite original, but they've also added some new things to it as well, and it looks gorgeous. I mean, I'll spin you guys around so you can see this. I'm really impressed. You wouldn't even really tell that Galaxy's Edge is back there. You can't really hear any audio from it. All you can really see is some rocks in the backdrop, and like I say, they still fit in really nice with all the rivers and the atmosphere around here.
When we travel this far upriver, our ship often draws the attention of the local tribes. Look there. The chief has given us a sign of peace, which means we will be granted safe passage. Has set up camp by the river. Since they have no written language, tribal leaders like that wise shaman on the bluff over there pass down their wisdom and knowledge through stories and songs. During our voyages, we sometimes stop to barter and trade with these local tribes. Villages like this one have helped many an explorer learn how to survive in this vast frontier.
I'm loving the new Indian animatronic up there on the hillside, and when I say new about a lot of this stuff, of course I've not been here for 4 years, so as much as these changes were made a couple of years ago, it's my first time seeing it, and it is great. I'm really enjoying it. We're still here on the Columbia, underneath in the boat now, and that's the thing, you don't just have to stay up on the deck. You've got this huge area down the bottom where you can explore as well. All just looks so fresh. I mean, when this was closed for the amount of time it was when they were doing the work, I imagine they took the time to really refresh it all, and it looks fantastic.
Who can help her stand by the box? Shipmates, if you haven't done so, it is a good time to visit the crew's quarters below decks to see how sailors of the 1790s lived and worked while on the high seas. To carry a fortune in pirates' gold. It lies in Smuggler's Cove, a place of dark and dangerous deeds and secret midnight meetings. We'd best be sailing past this cove and back to civilization.
There really is such a wonderful atmosphere today here at Disneyland. It's all like the live music around the park that makes it. You saw like the band going around there on the carousel. Stuff like that really makes it. And talking of entertainment, we're making our way over to Fantasyland now, where we're going to watch one of my favourite ever Disney shows. I absolutely love it. It's Mickey and the Magical Map. Now it's a nice venue in there. It's outside, it's covered over, but a huge stage at the front. Lots of different characters in there, including Stitch, one of my favourites. And yeah, we're going to head over there now, so I'll put some highlights in over the next few minutes. Here it is, it's Mickey and the Magical Map here at Disneyland.
And yes, the map was still unfinished.
You see, Mickey, by leaving that spot unfinished, you've discovered the secret of the map.
Don't matter what you look like, it don't matter what you wear. You gotta dig a little deeper. It's gonna be tough. You gotta dig a little deeper. You ain't done it by your imagination.
There from the absolutely outstanding Mickey and the Magical Map. What a brilliant show. And I remember when I was here 4 years ago, it was still a pretty new show, so you'd have to get there really early to get a good spot. As you saw, we had a great view there, a little bit further back, from the stage. However, I quite like sitting a bit further back because it means that you can sort of take it all in a bit more, and especially when some of the performers come out into the audience as well. But yeah, it was fantastic. What a brilliant production. Of course, seeing Stitch in there really makes it for me. All the addictive soundtracks in there, especially the opening and closing song. And then of course the various different characters, Mickey in there. A really nice way of just seeing a lot of your favourites. And I think the story of the show is really good as well. Don't come up here if you're scared of heights. We're at Tarzan's Treehouse, but they're a really good 10 out of 10 production that I really enjoy here at Disneyland. So yes, Tarzan's Treehouse, going for a little walk up here now, just before we go on one of my favourites. What are we going on, Alex? What we got? Indiana Jones. I can't wait to get back on there. One of my favourite ever rides. In fact, when I first went on it here at Disneyland, it was my favourite dark ride in the world. So I can't wait to get on there. They've actually announced that it's going to be having a big refurbishment at some point soon. So it's going to be interesting to see sort of how it is. I mean, is it in a bit of a mess? Does it need the work, or is it still going to be okay? Let's see what happens. But this is Disney. I don't think they'd be operating an attraction if they didn't think it was up to the right standard to operate. So we'll make our round there shortly. We'll just carry on, have a look around here on Tarzan's Treehouse first. Great views from up here. We just wanted to see if you can see anything of Galaxy's Edge, really. I mean, over at the distance, you may see a little bit more from further up, but in general, the views are great. I mean, looking over towards Big Thunder Mountain and seeing all the like hills in the background, all the mountains, really makes it. The real mountains, not the Disney theming, over in the background really makes it. But yeah, let's carry on, have a little walk around Tarzan's Treehouse. Where is he? Tarzan? Where are you? Tarzan? Can't see him. Here's one for you then. Can you work out the fake mountains with the real mountains? How good are Disney at building mountains? See if you can work it all out. Well, on a serious note, the views from up here are great. Just thought we'd have a little look and see Galaxy's Edge, and of course you can just see it peeking through the trees there. Not really too intrusive at all, really. I mean, you think about it, you got Toontown just off to the right. You can still see some of that. They've actually started taking down some of the facades there, ready for preparation for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway that'll be coming here in a few years. But I'll talk about that more when we head into Toontown, either in this vlog or another vlog whilst I'm here at Disneyland. I'm struggling with my voice now, viewers. I've gone through like 3 bottles of Pepsi today, so I'm trying to keep drinking as much as I can do, but my voice, it just keeps going. Like, probably a mixture of being a little bit tired still from the time zone and being up ridiculously early yesterday. And yeah, I don't know, but I'm trying for you all. By the end of the day, I'm going to be squeaking. I'll have to get Alex to take over. You'll have to carry on for me. I'll be like, Disneyland! But anyway, let's make our way around this way. And coming up next, Indiana Jones. Here we go, the time has come to ride Indiana Jones Adventure. Temple of the Forbidden Eye, here we go. 25 years old, 1995 this opened here at Disneyland, and here we go, it's a classic, this is it. It excites me every time walking down this way for a bit of Indy. So here we go, come and join us. The best thing about this ride, I mean, you got this really long queue line and exit path. For anybody who doesn't know why, basically they built it on an old parking lot, an old car park out the back of the park. So you have to actually walk out of the perimeter of the park through this themed environment that brings you to a large show building, and then of course when you come off the ride you walk back this way into the park, but it's all very cleverly done. So come and join us, here we go, Indiana Jones Adventure, we'll see you on the ride.
Hello, oh my friend, the brakes may be needing a little adjustment, but easy on the curves.
You seek the future. I will lift the curtain of time. It is your destiny. coffee?
It was great to get back on Indiana Jones Adventure. What an absolutely incredible dark ride. When I first rode it in September 2015, I was blown away, and riding it again I feel exactly the same. I love Indiana Jones, I love the theme, that ride system, it really is incredible. The theming in there, the story, the fire effects, the audio. I think it's the audio that really makes it, and I've always said it with Disney parks and just theme parks in general, but audio is such an important part of it all, and Indiana Jones Adventure really is a spectacular ride. When you ride something like Rise of the Resistance, you really see how Disney has evolved over the years. I mean, in 25 years, they've gone from building at the time, of course, this was the most state-of-the-art attraction, but it is still world-class now. You look at something like Rise of the Resistance, and it just shows how the company has moved on over the years. As I mentioned earlier on, with Indiana Jones, it is set to close at some point this year for a refurbishment. We don't know when that's going to be yet, but it will be quite a large refurbishment. I'd love to see them maybe in some of the areas that are a little bit blank, some of the walls, add some more effects in there. I really would. Some more lighting in some areas would be great, to enhance the experience even more. But this is still a ride that's very close to my heart. One of my favourite dark rides in the world. I absolutely love it, and it was great to get back on it here at Disneyland. Here we go then. Up next, it's time to ride the original Pirates of the Caribbean here in New Orleans Square. It was completed in 1967, and it's the longest version of the ride actually, at just over 15 minutes. Let's go.
It's just what means you're running out, not them.
On-ride footage there from the original Pirates of the Caribbean here at Disneyland in the absolutely gorgeous New Orleans Square. What an amazing ride. Honestly, it's so different to the other versions. I mean, of course, with this being the original, a lot of the other versions of the ride have got some similar scenes, but I'd say there's more unique scenes in this original version of the ride than there is in any other version of Pirates of the Caribbean, probably away from Shanghai Disneyland, of course, because that's a very modern take on the ride. Very, very different. But yeah, coming out into this area here, absolutely gorgeous. New Orleans Square, all these little shops. It's such a quaint part of Disneyland, and yes, there's a lot of areas here at Disneyland that are like that, but just walking around here and seeing all the little buildings, what really make it. Making our way round now towards another classic, the Haunted Mansion, and as I mentioned, it is actually in its holiday version at the moment. That sort of comes towards the end of the year, more for like Halloween and over Christmas time. It's actually going to be closing whilst I'm here, just after this weekend. It is going to be closing whilst they take down that version of the ride and return it back to the Haunted Mansion, its normal version. So we're going to make our way around there now and go and check it out. We've got a fast pass. Like I say, you've got the free fast pass system in the Disney parks that really is fantastic. You don't have to pay for fast pass. That certainly makes it. What a wonderful atmosphere though today, just walking around. Yes, it's a busy day, but look at how much we've done. Like, it's only the middle of the afternoon. We've done loads, we really have. Here we go, entering into the queue line just here for the Haunted Mansion holiday. Look at all the decorations. The amount of effort that gets put in with this really is remarkable, and it looks great at night as well. All the candles on the top. And we've got the days to Christmas up there. 000. Here we go, come and join us on this journey through the holidays. Looking forward to doing this, it's been a while. I have done this version of the ride there before and it's absolutely fantastic. It's the only one where they actually do this and do the transformation into the Haunted Mansion holiday. So let's go and check it out, come and join us in an on-ride POV.
Was the nightmare before Christmas and all through the house. Not a creature was peaceful, not even the mouse.
That was absolutely spectacular. They've added so much more to that since I last did it 4 years ago. That was incredible, and the fact that it's a temporary overlay, you really wouldn't think so with how much effort goes into that. All the different audio animatronics they bring in, all the set pieces, covering a lot of it in snow. Like, honestly, it looks absolutely incredible. You got the likes of Sandy Claus, of course, in there, the Oogie Boogie Man, and just some of the smaller details that they really go to with some of the decorations and like the lighting changes changes in there. It's a lot brighter than its normal version. However, it's great that they do that here at Disneyland. It's the same, of course, with It's a Small World, but do the holiday version here as well and cover it in thousands of lights out the front. The fact they do those special versions of the attractions really is special. But no, I really enjoyed that. It was absolutely fantastic. Like, I knew that I remember enjoying it a lot. However, the fact they've added so much, and Alex has said as well, you know, a lot has been added in there, especially for this year. It's brilliant, it really is. I definitely recommend it. If you're a huge fan of the Haunted Mansion, of course, The Nightmare Before Christmas, you've got to come out and see that. It's something really unique. They only do it here, and wow, I'm just blown away. Like, that was one of my favourite rides of the day, actually, doing that. Absolutely incredible. Anyway, up next we've got just a 10-minute standby wait for the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh and the Dark Ride. Let's go for a ride on this one here in Quiz Country.
Hello out there, it's me, Tigger, T-I-double-G-R, and being safe, it was.
One blustery day in the Hungry Acre Wood, a little bear named Winnie the Pooh set off in search of honey. We'll save your picnic!
First for the win, and now this.
Goodness gracious!
I feel like the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh is a really underappreciated attraction. It was great to get back on there. It's a really nice dark ride. Yeah, it might be quite short. It's not like a ridiculously long ride, such as like Pirates, for example, you know, where you really immerse into it for a long amount of time. But it's still one of them rides that, you know, fully immersed into with the experience of it. And the fact that you've got like all the moving sort of boards in front of you on the track. The fact that the ride vehicle actually moves up and down, you know, like you're in the honey. But it's really well done, really nicely put together attraction. It was great to get back on there. On to one of my favourites now. You know me, I love transportation rides. We're going on the monorail. Like, this opened in 1959 as part of the expansion, of course, of Tomorrowland. And this is wonderful. It's running the Mark 7 monorails on here that I really, really like the sleek design of them. They have got all branding on at the moment. Because of course they did the celebration of like Mickey's 90th birthday, so they did like a big mouse party across the Disney parks, and it's got like that sort of branding on it at the moment. However, the Mark 7 trains are still really, really nice, and also you can get the opportunity to actually go in the front as well with the pilot, which is even better. So you never know, we'll see if we can wait. If not, we'll just go in the standard sort of cabin and go for a little sunset ride on the Disneyland Monorail. Let's go. It'll be gorgeous, this.
Disneyland Monorail. We are now beginning a 2.5-mile journey to downtown Disney Station and back. For a safe trip, remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and...
Here we go then, a very special experience. Here we are with the pilot in the front of the Mark 7 monorails. I mean, look at this. Experience you can only get here at Disneyland Resorts in California. Just me and Alex in the front. Here we go. Really shows you, doesn't it, like the scale of this place compared to like Walt Disney World. Of course, it's got so much land and space. Look at this, straight out of Disneyland. We make our way over towards Disney California Adventure, of course, where the monorail passes through.
In the Western Hemisphere.
Just ahead is Disney California.
What you can also see here as well is some of the former San Francisco Bridge that actually used to make its way over the entrance to Disney California Adventure. You'll notice that coming up just now, some of the red either side of the track just here. There we go, so that's some of the former bridge that of course used to span over before they built Buena Vista Street.
Land of scenic wonders, where you can experience the beauty.
Over there it's soaring around the world. And straight through the hotel now, the Grand California.
Coming into view is Disney's Grand California Hotel and Spa. This imaginary masterpiece was inspired by the state's natural wonders and features the arts and crafts style of the 19th.
Really is a special experience, especially when you love transport systems and monorails such as myself. The fact you get the opportunity to come into the front really is something quite special. The sun goes down here in Anaheim.
We are now arriving at Downtown Disney Station, gateway to the Downtown Disney District and the Disneyland Resort Hotel. If you will be leaving us here and returning later today, please hold on to your park ticket as you leave the station. You may read the
Here we are at Downtown Disney, so you've got just two stations, one over in Tomorrowland, one here in Downtown Disney. Of course, we're going to stay on a completely round trip.
Until the monorail comes to a complete stop and the doors have opened. Then gather your belongings.
Here we go then, it's time to continue our journey here from Downtown Disney back through into Tomorrowland. And of course you get some fantastic views over the Esplanade at the entrance to both Disneyland and also Disney California Adventure.
Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. Disneyland is truly an American original. Since its opening in 1951, it has hosted hundreds of millions of guests from around the world, including presidents, kings, and celebrities. This is Tomorrowland, a land inspired by science fact and fantasy. Below us is the Submarine Lagoon, where you can dive into a fantastic underwater adventure aboard the Finding Nemo submarine voyage. Across the way are the icy peaks of Matterhorn Mountain, home of the world's most famous bobsled run. And beneath us is the Autopia, where drivers of all ages can travel the road to tomorrow. As we cruise over Tomorrowland, our pilot would like to share...
Riding in the front with the pilot on the Mark 7 monorails here at Disneyland was a dream of mine for years. And when I first did it 4 years ago, it was a special experience. Doing it again just here in 2020 was a special experience. Every time you do that, it really is amazing. And the fact you get that opportunity here at Disneyland really is something special. It really is. Anyway, we're back here now on Main Street, USA. Just have a little look around here. You've got the Disneyland band out just down here as well. And shortly we're going to be headed over to Big Thunder Mountain, head on to there, and yeah, take you guys on with a POV and have a little ride on that tonight in the dark. So we've got a fast pass lined up for that a little bit later on. So we'll wait for the sun to go down here in Disneyland and we'll head over to Frontierland for a ride on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Look at the atmosphere there. I mean, you can just feel it. I mean, honestly, just being here at this original park again really is something special, and I'm probably loving it even more this time than the first time I came. My love and passion for Disney is even stronger now, and coming back here to this park really makes you appreciate it even more. Really is very special. I find this really amazing. I mean, you've just seen the wonderful Disneyland band, but what they actually do here at Disneyland is get local bands to actually come in and parade down Main Street, USA, and one of those is happening right now, and he's making his way down. I mean, this looks absolutely crazy. There's loads of them, like, all in a line, so I'll get some footage of these guys coming round. Like, here we go, this is awesome. What a really nice personal touch that you get here at Disneyland.
So then, it's time for the wildest ride in the wilderness. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Here we go. Get a great view there of Galaxy's Edge. Look at that. Watch out for the goats. Awesome, love it. A bit of Big Thunder Mountain here in Disneyland. Beautiful. Some on-ride footage there from Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, a classic attraction. It's great to get back on there here at Disneyland. Some really nice scenery around the queue line on that one as well. You can't really see as much on there at night. It makes a brilliant night ride, but in terms of filming it, you don't really see a lot. So when I come back and do a day 2 vlog here from Disneyland, I'll definitely get some more footage on there in the daytime so you guys can see it. I only put a little bit of the POV in there just so you can sort of get a bit of a feel for some of the areas that you could see on there at night, but it's very dark on there, but it certainly makes it a great night ride. Anyway, as you can see, we had an action-packed day today, we really have, and there's still so much to do here at this park. I was saying this to Alex off camera, I mean, there's so much here. Imagine if I did like a vlog, I wanted to cover every attraction in one day. By all means, it's only like 6:30 now, we could like do every attraction in the vlog, but it'd be like 3 hours long or something crazy, so I will be back for a day 2 to do some more. So what we're going to do is do a few more attractions that I'll be filming when I come back and do a day 2 at some point in this trip. But I'll put a couple of sort of off-ride shots in of some of the atmosphere at night. The next thing you're going to be seeing in the vlog after that will be Fantasmic, so we're going to go and watch that tonight. It's Fantasmic 2.0 as it's been called by a lot of people. It's like the old show. It's been completely regenerated with an upgraded soundtrack, lighting, projection mapping, and some changes to it as well in terms of like the characters and storylines. So I'm looking forward to that. That's coming up in the next couple of minutes over on the Rivers of America. In the meantime, here's a couple of shots from some of the nighttime atmosphere here in Disneyland Park.
A little bit of Mindy in my life, a little bit of Mickey by her side, a little bit of God knows all I
Say my name, I love good fun and fun teaching. Candlelight,
I'm sure you'll all agree that Disneyland had such a special atmosphere at night. It really is wonderful with all of the different entertainment all throughout the different areas, especially over by Sleeping Beauty Castle. On peak nights, they do like all dancing around there. They get a band in, it's got a really nice feel about it, and it's absolutely fantastic. They've got a DJ over in Tomorrowland over there with a bit of some custom music in there as well, which is quite cool, like changing up some of the words. Honestly, what a really nice feel the park's got. You know me, I love theme parks at night, but especially the Disney parks have got a really special atmosphere. Talking of special, this is it. I'm about to watch the updated version of Fantasmic, and I'm going to be putting in some highlights over the next few minutes. Of course, it's held on the Rivers of America. We're in position here. We've got a really good view. Really central looking onto the stage area, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. We already know that the finale is going to be a little bit different. The Mark Twain riverboat is actually down for maintenance at the moment, so we're going to get like the B mode as they call it for that, where all the dancers and characters will come onto the stage instead of on the Mark Twain at the end. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the changes. I'll talk about it afterwards, and then we'll be wrapping up our day one vlog here from Disneyland Park.
Welcome to Fantasmic. Tonight, our friend and host, Mickey Mouse, uses his vivid imagination to create magical imagery for all to enjoy. Everything's different now that I see
Powers untold, far greater than yours, may awaken. But beware, only the readers may uncover the mystery. Just thou and the cunning.
I don't know about this.
Dare you look deeper?
What nightmare phantasmic! Imagine this! Magic mirror on the wall. All the forces of evil I call. Now you will deal with me and all the powers of my imagination! You may think you're so powerful! Well, this is my dream! Some imagination, huh?
When I was a kid, I dreamed of coming to a Disney park and seeing Phantasmic, and coming here to Disneyland and seeing the Phantasmic refurbishment 2.0. I really, really enjoyed it. I really feel like it's enhanced the production, like even more. What a spectacular show. Of course, you've got to think about it. Let's talk about it in sections. I mean, the audio, firstly, it just sounds so crisp. They've completely redone certain sections, the new sections in there, but they've done such a really nice job with the audio. Of course, it always sounds better in person than on camera, but I really, really liked it. In terms of the projection mapping, I thought that looked great. You got to think, like, they haven't really got many areas to projection map, or at least that's what I thought. But of course, they like lift up like a big like screen at the back above the buildings over on Tom Sawyer Island. And you know what? They do a really good job with the projection mapping on that and all that stage in general. What they've got over there. The lasers, what they've put in, really act well as well. In the show, I think they sort of really add to the experience in a really good way. And just the whole visual, like, it's just so visually impressive now. I mean, you stand there and look at it. I mean, we watched it head on there. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see it from the side to see if it looks as good. But head on, like the new fountain package and everything is absolutely outstanding. It really is. And then of course you got some of my favourite sections in there. The big standout for me is Pirates of the Caribbean. Of course, using the sailing ship Columbia as part of the show with all the lighting on there. It looks amazing. In the original plans, they actually wanted to projection map onto that, but they couldn't quite work out exactly how it would be done. You never know in the future, it might be something they get round to doing, and but they definitely wanted to try it. But to be honest, I don't think it needs it. I mean, it looks just as impressive with all the stunts on there and everything as well. And of course, I really like the Aladdin scene, what you've got there as well, with the flying carpet on the stage. Along with that, the dragon's amazing, the finale's spectacular. Even without the Mark Twain, the finale is amazing. But there we go, as you can tell, my voice, I've been battling with it all day. Being up from 2 AM yesterday certainly didn't help, but I tell you what, had an amazing time. Don't like me to leave a park early, but I'm going to. It's nearly, what, 10 o'clock, so we're going to be leaving now, so I can get rested up, ready for tomorrow, which will be Disney's California Adventure, and I can't wait for that. In terms of my highlight from today, there's been so many, there really has. I mean, it's a spectacular park, this, and just getting back and discovering it really has been amazing. And of course, I've not been on my own. It's been great to have been with Alex as well. We've had a good laugh, haven't we? We've had a good day. But you're going to be joining me on Monday, aren't you, as well, for a bit of Universal action as well. So we're going to head down there to Universal. So it won't be the last you see of Alex on the trip. We'll be heading down there on Monday for some Jurassic World fun. I'll sort of summarise my whole sort of Disneyland experience in the final vlog that I'll do from here this trip. So I won't ramble on for too long now. I already have done already. But just standing up here, looking down Main Street really is special. And I'll be filming a day 2 vlog here from Disneyland Park. Of course, a vlog over from California Adventure, and the video is already online from the opening day of Rise of the Resistance. I'm Sean Sandbrook, thanks for watching Theme Park Worldwide, and that means it's time to cue those credits. See you all tomorrow.
We'll be right back.